our first official podcast for From the Trap. Probably there's some jingle starting. So anyways, yeah, I'm Ben and this is my co-host
Isaac.
And today we are with
Jiman Casablancas.
Yeah.
Yes.
God damn!
Yeah.
Not bad lah, such an honor.
First guest, huh?
Yes, first guest.
Right.
Super honored to have
Feel
you.
it, man.
Super honored to be here as well, to sit on this couch.
Yes.
Yeah, to be the
Yes,
first one. I probably guess that not the first one, you know.
Oh.
Yeah. This place may seem shady, but yeah, pretty cozy. Man.
I'm shady.
Why don't you give a brief intro?
So yeah, so for those of y'all who don't know who Jiman Casablancas is, he's the creative director of Tarik Jeans, and he's a lawyer turned to a PR, then eventually a stylist, and right now creative director of Tarik Jeans.
Crazy.
So
Full, man.
crazy. He
What a
was
portfolio, man.
yeah, dude. His 2016 debut Anak Lia was amazing. I wasn't there,
Yeah.
but I saw
Brian
it on
was there.
YouTube. Brian was there.
Brian was there. Brian was there. Brian
Yeah,
was
yeah.
there to witness it all. Yeah.
Analia, man, what a badass name is it?
Anak Lia,
This
yeah.
is from Analia, actually.
Yes.
Yeah. This is the second look. I still remember it very clearly.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is from Analia.
What, like, I mean, for once, I felt that, like, KL Fashion Week, we kind of had, like, this rock and roll aesthetics coming in again and stuff like that. And that was good. And rock and roll is one thing, local rock and roll.
Yeah.
That's, like...
Yeah. Embrace the culture, bro.
Yeah, man, look, okay, before we go on to the podcast and ask you, like, more questions, let's talk about a little bit of, like, things that's going on recently around the fashion world. And so I think we probably just want to talk about, like, the...
Dolce and Gabbana.
Yeah, Dolce and Gabbana, yeah.
right, okay.
That's mad, though.
I actually did some IT story on it because I was back in my hometown last weekend, Kuala Pilah, Negeri Sembilan. So and I was just watching some news, and it was all over the news, you know, about this whole DNG in Shanghai thing. Thought that probably I should just read some articles, you know, just to like really see. To really know what really went down, you know. So and then there's this one article that was written that was published in Days Digital, and then it was sort of like a recount of a model that actually saw it happening, you know, like the minute to minute of how it actually trickled, you know, like how she was on her phone and then she saw it and everyone sort of like look at each other like, okay, what do we do now? I mean, what the hell is this all about, you know? And then half an hour after that, another article came about, and then Diet Prada went on board and completely smashed it, you know? And then I think it was at the same time, I thought that if it was just the video, the show would still go on, probably go on, because I guess people were discussing it on Weibo already, you know?
Yes.
Yeah, but it actually got really, really nasty when the text,
the private message, right?
The copy of the private message actually surfaced, you know? When he said that, this is like the poo emoji came out, and then, you guys probably, like eat dogs and shit.
Fuck, man.
But to be honest, though, like
that really, people were just angry because of
people went ham after that.
So, but I feel really bad though, to be honest. Like I saw the text, and that guy was really trying to say things really nicely, right?
Yeah.
And he wasn't having it. He was like,
at the same time, that wasn't this whole Dolce and Gabbana causing anger, and then like saying things that is insensitive towards other people. It's not the first time.
It's not the first time.
If you go into the history of DNG, it has happened before. I guess the first one that caught my attention was back in 2014 when there was a sort of like a customer or something like that. No, I mean someone who actually took a photo in front of a DNG store in Hong Kong, and then he was hacked by a security guard. Like say, no, you can't take photo in front of the store, and everyone was like, what's that all about? We're just taking photo. So that actually caused a protest, and everyone came out and like started taking photos. And then after that, he said about gay families their parents, you
Yeah.
know, and being gay themselves, you know, it's like
exactly, it's contradicting,
well,
man.
it's like shooting themselves in the foot or something like that,
that's
you
true.
know.
And I
So
think
and then this, so they're not new to controversy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's true. And I remember they also faced like a few like sort of lawsuits about like predominantly using white model castings or so. That's also another thing amongst them that is quite common.
Not just them actually,
Yeah,
yeah,
not just
yeah.
them,
But
but
because they have been they're known for this,
Yeah.
people actually
Pick it up,
pick it up,
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
you know, yeah.
That's true.
But the video is nothing too triggering lah. I guess it seems shallow, but it's not
Yeah.
the one that triggers people.
That's true.
It's the
It's
message,
condescending
man.
lah,
Yeah,
you know, it's condescending because the girl, because I read what actually made people angry, you know, it was like, you know, the stereotyping.
Yes.
The stereotyping that went on, you know, like and then there was something that you said that your thin chopsticks are too your chopsticks are too thin for our big pizza or something. Is it too big for you? You know, like
Like, who the
what
heck
are you
is-
trying to
It's
say?
like-
You know,
it's
like
like-
the messages that we were
Yeah.
sending. You know, people are like, oh, it's so
Yeah.
condescending. You know,
That's true.
but at the same time, it was made worse by the
Yeah,
text.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, you know, like you mentioned,
Yeah.
you know, had it just been the
It was
video,
okay lah.
Yeah.
Nothing much.
I think the show would probably still go on.
Yeah.
You know, 300 models, you know,
Yeah.
flown from all over the world. Lucky Blue Smith was doing the
Yes.
taking
Yeah.
over of the Instagram story, whatever, you know, yeah.
All of a sudden, full out, man.
I guess the lesson of the day is that don't fuck with China. Because like the next day, dude, they just like took them down.
Yeah.
They took out the show.
Yeah.
They took them out for all the online
Yeah, the
retailers.
e-commerce,
Dude,
yeah.
they are nothing right now in
Yeah.
China right now. And China is such a big market.
Big
Oh,
market.
strong,
Everyone wants a piece of China
Yes,
right now.
correct. Yeah. And yeah.
So that's what
the
the you know, I was watching the news and it was like, you know, you just want the money, the Chinese money, you know, so you don't care about what we feel. You just want to come in, you know, do this whole great show, whatever, and then you know, of course we're gonna buy it because we feel honored that you chose China for this, but in the end, it just shows that you just want the money. Yeah, you don't care about the sensitivities, stuff like that.
But I mean, kudos to China as well. I mean, like they really stood up. I mean, the Chinese government really stood up in a hard way just to make a point. You get what I mean? So I guess this kind of serves like a lesson to other designers coming into China.
Yeah, man.
When you do a show, doing campaigns, they'll be more sensitive about it. I think the world should.
So I remember back in the day, like, you know, I think when China first opened its market, you know, it was Fendi who actually did the Great Wall show.
Yes.
It was
I remember
Carla
that. Yeah,
Gazelle, you know, and it was amazing, you know, and of course, people, I think at the time there was not really, you know, social media to begin with, you know, people were still, there's social media a little bit, but not to as much as now, you know, but the way they did it, it was to honor the Chinese people, you know, Great Wall, using all Chinese models and Fendi, you know, and then it was amazing.
That's true.
Yeah, so,
That's very true.
but Dolce and Gabbana, they wanted to want to take it one step further, tapi tak buat research, you know.
Anyways, like let's move on to something a little bit more like happy. Recent and happy as well. Yeah.
Okay lah,
I
depends.
mean, we
how
got
to say
Black
lah.
Friday sales and Cyber Monday, dude. And but I
Did
think
you cop
Monday,
anything? Did you cop anything for
no,
Black
dude,
Friday?
I didn't cop anything lah. I was
Broke just say. Broke just say.
bro, just say, dude. Okay. Anyway, but I mean, like,
I
we
think
had the Black
11,
Friday
11
sales.
as well.
Yeah, 11 as well.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
correct. But I think some of the brands really like kind of shocked us, especially I think more on the like kind of streetwear brands.
Yeah.
Noah closed their stores.
Do you know Noah? Noah Clothing?
Tell me about it.
Okay.
So Noah Clothing, I think the owner was like from Supreme, right? Isn't
Yeah,
it?
he used to be with Supreme.
Yes.
Yeah, then he left and started up Noah Clothing. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah.
Yeah,
How long ago?
I think this was for Noah. I think I started hearing about them probably about 2-3 years ago.
Right, okay.
Yeah, I think
So
they're
they're
like,
fairly new.
They're fairly
new.
new.
They've been around for quite a while already.
Is
just
it?
that, yeah. They
Right.
are not as strong as Supreme, of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah.
But I think Noah and
Why did they close down?
No, they didn't close down.
they just
So
closed the shop.
for Black Friday,
Mm-hmm.
they choose to close down their online store.
Right.
Reason being that we are drowning in stuff. We are not opposed to shopping. How could we be? We're making our living based on the shopping habits of our customers. All of our charitable initiatives are tied directly to shopping. Since the money raised comes directly from our sales, however, mindless consumption will be the end of us all.
Yeah.
Okay? We are living in a time when overconsumption is actually contributing to the death and destruction of the world around us.
I could agree with that. Yeah.
It's also destroying our culture and the whole concept of personal style. What we consume, everything we buy, wear, eat, read, watch, and listen to, amounts the record of who we are as a society at a given time. How we feel about our culture when we look back on this era, we will be proud of the massive consumption, the abbreviated attention spans, the elevation of financial success above all else. While we are not trying to say people shouldn't consume anything, we are saying that the current cycle of endless consumption isn't healthy. We may all be acting like there's nothing wrong with it, but the fact is plain, we are drowning in stuff. That's their post lah.
Yeah, okay.
So and then therefore continue by this. When did the stuff become more important than the things that inspire the stuff? When did the band's t-shirt become more important than seeing the band live? When did looking like a skateboarder become more important than putting in the work to actually be a good skateboarder? We could go on, but you get the point. Yeah, as tiny rebellion against the mindless shopping that's encouraged on Black Friday, Noah will be closed. We know it won't make any real difference today, but feel it's important to make the point lah. Changes takes time. If our little statement affects even more than one person, it'll be worth it.
I mean, Noah is just one of those like few kind of brands that trying to send out like a new kind of message. I mean, there's another brand called Awake NYC as well, which also kind of closed down.
Right.
I mean, closed their online store.
During the time?
Just to also send out the same message. But I mean, apparently, like I did a little bit more research into it. Like it's not something that is done first time. Like brands that are a lot more like socially aware, like such as Arc'teryx, Patagonia.
Right.
I think Patagonia did not close down. Arc'teryx closed down for the day. Patagonia basically all their proceeds 100% goes to charity.
All right.
So that's also a good thing, and they managed to pull out about close to $1 billion worth of sales that day itself. Yeah, and that's great, man. Like I mean, it's good that all these brands are being more socially aware, environmentally aware, and like trying to push for all these kind of like less is more in some sense. I mean, like buying smart is more important. Like we're kind of consumed in this world where you need to buy this, you need to buy that, kind of stuff. You know, it's about buying smart, I guess.
Yeah, buying key pieces actually, things that you can actually, own for a very long time and that you can wear with, you can mix and match with everything else that you have in your wardrobe. Like like for me, I've always believed in that we have this bundle culture. And I'm crazy about it. And you can ask any of my friends. On a daily basis, sometimes I would wear 5 ringgit t-shirts, over and over again. It's always like black, all the way black. And but for today I put on my Tarik lah, and some branding going on, but this is actually a bundle tee, a bundle jeans vest, jacket that I cut off into a vest. It's Levi's, and has been with me for a very long time, So I put it on stage for Anak Lia because I want to show people how you can wear Tarik with other stuff, because it is not about just pushing the brand. It's also about educating people how you could wear what we have with other things that the high and low kind of thing, So and we've always had that, and I'm a very strong believer. I mean, right now with fast fashion, that I guess last year or like early this year there was an article about H&M having so much things that are in their factory or like in their storage or whatnot that are kept there and not sold, but at the same time they still keep on producing more and more and more because they need new stuff. You can't keep things on a rack for more than like a month or 2 months, especially when people are walking in and out and everything. People need to see new stuff. And what happens to the old stuff? kept them away in a storage somewhere. I think, if you could, like, pay a visit to H&M storage, I guess,
I really like what you say, because I think what a lot of people nowadays, what they do is that when they buy a piece of clothing, they just wear them. When they think it's out of trend, they just throw it away. But I really like what you did with the jacket, to be honest. I would have done that as well. A nice jacket, sometimes a little bit of cuts here and there, a bit of scuffs here and there. You just have a new look.
It shows character. Because I think, especially the case with denim, because the denim, you live in it. It actually tells what kind of person are you.
It ages
with you. If you're a concert goer, your jeans would be smelling like beer, man. Like all of this, sweat and everything. If you're someone who works in an office but still wear jeans, of course you're gonna look proper.
Correct.
And then if you are someone who actually puts lots of keys in your pocket, like your phone and everything, it just follows. It is who you are. It's like a second skin.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's what I love about denim. And
over time, it gets better. It gets better.
It gets better over time. The fade, and then after the wash, and then if you wash it. But a lot of people don't believe in washing their denim. That's a whole different story.
That's a whole different story. I would love to get involved in denim, but I've always
You made fun of me for wearing denim jeans.
No, there's nothing wrong with that. Don't get me wrong. It's because I think I just haven't found the right denim for myself.
Not the first person.
It's just I need that. That
maybe you should try Tarik Jeans too.
Dude, definitely.
I have this friend. He is now the editor of Glamour, the magazine, Malay magazine. I guess it's number one, Malay magazine in Malaysia. The editor is a good friend of mine. His name is Aziz Draim. Actually, I want to have a bet to get Aziz in a pair of jeans, because it's so hard to get him in a pair of jeans, because he loves loose cut. He loves he loves to wear pants like what you're wearing, drop crotch, and all of these things. So, not the first person, because there are people who feel that they look funny in a pair of denim, and probably because they haven't found the right cut yet, or maybe because, they will make fun of or something like that, why your legs look small, but then in the end, it's also about the fit lah. Don't wear skinny jeans yang melekat sampai, so if kalau you pakai skinny jeans yang betul-betul ketat, of course your legs are gonna look chicken legs,
That's true. But I think it's for me, I think it was more at that point skinny jeans was really popular. When you try it on, you just think skinny jeans is not really my thing. But nowadays see more people trying out more vintagey kind of cuts, good cut. And that's really dope though. I think with a nice white t-shirt tucked in, and you got to look
you're ready to go. Because even for Anak Lia, the collection that you mentioned just now, it was basically, it's very heavy on rock and roll. So of course you need to put skinny jeans on stage, so it's it's a given. It's a no-brainer, But 3 years down the line, this year we did Tarik Resort.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it was a collection inspired by resort wear. So I guess it was a conscious decision between everyone in Tarik. There was me and Afiq and also Rob that we're not going to put any skinny jeans on stage. It was all loose cuts, straight, straight cuts. Because, if you wear skinny jeans to a resort or anything,
you can't shoot in skinny jeans.
It doesn't look good. But at the same time, it's also because, like you said, there was a shift towards this cuts these days. Unless if you're a rock star, then got any search, and you still wear your really skinny lah.
Speaking of
skinny search, I'm like, man, I saw the styling. That was crazy. That was damn good, bro. I saw that picture, black and white.
For the new album,
Man, that was really cool.
How did that styling gig come by though?
No, okay, this is a bit of history. Like, you know, I did the PR for their 30th anniversary concert. You know, yeah. So that was about 4 years ago. Yeah. So that was the first time that I met the band. You know, the first time that I've been a fan for the longest time. You know, so and then I was still practicing PR practitioner at G2 grade, and then one of our clients is can I mention it? It's BAT, and then BAT has wants to do concert, and they said, "Oh, we want to do such concert." Okay, and we want to attract that audience. We want to bring it back. You know, like people go dressed up. You know, going to a concert. You know, that feeling, and it has to be a #1 rock band in Malaysia, and you know, and who else could it be here? You know, so it was such, and then I was assigned to the account, and I was supposed to do the PR lah for the whole thing. So it was it covers JB, Penang, and KL. You know, it was a tour, and of course it has a lot of money. You know, you know, like it was full blown. Yeah, it was the first time that I actually did PR for a rock band, and it was amazing. Yeah, it was, and of course, there's the divanas. You know, like, but it came with the whole thing lah. You know, if you're a rock star, I would expect you to have some attitude. You know, I don't expect you to be all nice and like, you know, hey, what is it that you want? You know, I can give you. I expect some kind of like, you know, I don't want to come out of my room. You know, something's not right. You know, that kind of thing. You know, but at the same time, you actually see that whatever it is that whatever attitude that they actually, you know, that they made you go through, they actually back it up with the performance, with the work, with the, you know, like they would come on stage and they would just play. It was like you are just in awe of the whole thing, you know, because the band has been playing for so many years since they were young, you know, so they could just look at, you know, like when you work with someone for that long time, you just look at each other and you could actually see. You know what these guys are talking about, you know, what's the next song? What is it that I want to do? Where is it that I want to do? Where's the pause? You know, like, I'm going to jump now, you know, like, you know, so you just goreng, you know. So it's all like, you know, it's very theatrical. And of course with Surge is also, they have the style with the music, you know. Each one of them has their own look, which makes my life easier lah. You know, I don't have to like figure out how to dress this one, you know, like macam, I don't know what is it that you want to wear. You know, like there's a kid, Nordin Nasir. Nasir is known for wearing skirts.
Yes.
So he loves wearing kilts and all of these things. So it's so easy for me, you know. And then there's also Amy, who shops at women's department, you know. So it's like, you know, I asked him, Abang Amy, pergi beli baju dekat mana? Beli dekat Zara Women. You know, because it fit him better. You know, because he has a very lanky body and everything, you know. So sometimes he would borrow stuff from his wife, you know. So and he still wears the things that he wore back in the day. Like, you know, he has his signature style. So I thought that, you know, since it is a 30th anniversary concert, people want to see how you look like when you started, but elevated, but bring it to the now, you know. So
that's my favorite part, bro. It was like man, it was like back in the day, but it's like done in the context of now. You know, that kind, we have now better technology and shit, you know.
And I must tell you this one thing. I don't think that I wrote about it because Harper's Bazaar asked me to write an article about my experience. They put Amy on the cover, and then they asked me to write a story about it. And I actually mentioned in that article that I wrote that I have never seen a much more good-looking audience, because people actually dress up to their show, and like you know, like with their leopard print jeans, you know, with their boots, and with their bandana tied here, and you know, like they turn it up, you know, like the volume was turned all the way maximum, you know, because they're proud of this band. They you know, like their father listened to the band, their uncles listen to the band, you know, their friends, they go to school, their friends listen to the band, and then they listen to the band.
That's true.
And everyone comes together and everyone wants to dress up.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow. In Penang, I saw this group of boys, just like, you know, when the door opened, they just charge into to the front. And they're like, you know, I could shoot a fashion story at that time, but because I was working, I was busy. I actually snapped some photos, and I was like, wow, these kids, amazing. Rock and roll all the way, man.
Yeah, man.
Seriously.
Sex, drugs, and rock and roll, bro.
And I was like, this is how you should dress when you go to a rock concert.
Yeah, that's true.
This is how you should dress. And because I think at the same time, it's because they're in tune with the band. You know, if the band pun macam tak inspiring, what the fuck for, right? You know,
that's true. Yeah, I think nowadays like, a lot of concert like there's like this over casualization into it. I guess like nowadays like people is like, oh, I'm gonna wear my Vans.
There's nothing wrong with that. But
that.
You know, people. I don't think that. I think nowadays it gets better.
Yeah.
You know, because of the social media.
Yes,
you know.
true.
Yeah, people wants to do their OOTD lah.
Good vibes thing.
Yeah. Good vibes, everyone in Hawaiian shirt.
Good.
Okay,
I was like, I didn't get the memo.
I do have this. I have this like funny story when I was there. I wasn't there, but I did a job for this musician, and this was like 4 months ago before like Good Vibes, and like he was like, hey, you know what? I'm trying to like revamp my wardrobe. I'm not gonna name any names here, but I'm trying to revamp my wardrobe.
Names.
But yeah, like I was like, okay, why don't you try this? Like I think it was 4 or 5 months ago, and he wants to do like a photo shoot. So I gave him like, why don't you try this Hawaiian shirt, this kind of stuff. And he wore that same outfit to Good Vibes. And
every motherfucker.
Everyone has it, and he texted me saying that like, dude, like everyone's wearing the same thing. I'm like, well, I never told you to wear the same thing to go to Good Vibes. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. Like, I think
that's
you should have known, you know?
That is why you always need to get to have at least 2 sets of outfit in your car.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because if you tend to have to be placed in that sort of fucked up situation, you could always run back to your car and change. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
I always have like a full set. Like right now, if you ask me to go, I can come back in a different outfit. You know?
So I guess that musician, he should like, he should know.
Yeah, he should know, because this is a Good Vibe. That was so uninspiring, because I think everyone, I mean almost everyone, I guess, you know, that it's one thing to follow trend.
Dude, but this trend has been going for the past few years.
I don't know, maybe it came back. So this whole floral shirt thing, you know, like I don't know, what do you call that? It's I don't know lah. You know, there's a word for it. I can't remember. So and then I was there and I walked in, and then at the counter I saw like, you know, 3 kids wearing it. I said, okay, fine. Good. As I walk in, okay, more are wearing it. And as I walk into the area, it's like a sea of it. I was like, wow, okay. Someone did not send me this email.
It's a Hawaii party, bro.
Maybe it went to spam box or something like that. Yeah. But I guess, you know, like kids, you know, experiment.
There's so many good shit to wear out there. You wear Hawaiian shirts. I mean,
there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, I can understand it's very comfortable. It's going to be hot, extra. But like, I don't know, there's better options, I guess.
So uninspiring. Yeah. For me, who goes to festivals, who to look at how people dress, and not just to enjoy the music.
Yes.
You want to be inspired, because I think that is, I thrive on that. Like right now, I look at you and I'm like, okay, so amazing. Like and it actually tells me the kind of person that you are, and I look at you and like, okay, totally relate. Put on a pair of boots and you're ready to go. Like or like some your favorite sneakers or anything like that, like a cap and around, and I love to see that, and I get inspired.
That's true.
But if I go to a festival and I see that, and I'm like, come on lah, we can do better than this, we can do better than this. Yeah.
And for the most part, they have the money to even buy.
No lah, I don't know, man. I see this like, this is a festival, you get an opportunity to dress up late, but yet you choose to go with something basic, man. Everyone is dressing. You wear a fake spec on, a retro spec.
The
Hawaiian shirt. Come on,
yeah. Because for me, like I'm always like this. I can't say that I'm very experimental with, but I try to change it up a bit. For
but
things like
this
that.
Look, it's you. People see. It's you.
Sometimes I will wear my long jacket. Sometimes I would put on a leather jacket. Give the people what they
come for. But I mean, speaking of that, like I recently I've been experimenting a little bit on that as well. I think that the idea of a uniform is great, and I think you are one of the few people in Malaysia that definitely have a uniform, and there's a difference between like wearing like what everyone else is wearing and having your own uniform. That you rock that shit. You get what I mean? And I always see you. I mean, I met you a few times in the event. You're always with sleeveless, tucked in, with a nice belt, jeans almost, and boots always all the time. We have accessories, and that's a great look. And I just want to know, like, what do you think about uniforms? Like, you do it. I know some of the craziest designers, like Rick Owens, always wear the same thing.
Yeah. Alexander Wang.
Yes.
I guess with John Galliano. They I can't say it's a uniform, but you can actually see him in those clothes, because he's mental. Totally. All the geniuses are anyway. But I think it just, for me, it took me a long time to find this, because I come from I was born 1976, so I always tell people that I actually one of those people who actually wrote my application in typewriter, but actually found myself having an email address the first year that I rolled in. So it was a meet of these two worlds. So it took me a long time. So before this, I listened to rock and roll, but I don't really know how to dress up. And I have magazines to look for inspiration, and then like sometimes I go through phases where I look at like crisscross, and then I'm like, okay, pakai macam ni, like macam okay, hip hop, and then I went through the whole like hockey jersey, besar, and then I'm like, okay, fine, tak jumpa juga, tak jumpa, and then I found bundle. And then I was like, okay, I can shop, like t-shirts, nice t-shirts, and then they are made to fit. Okay, and I look into the mirror. Okay, best, fit is very important. So it actually came from that, and then like jeans. And then with boots, I started with Doc Martens and like everyone else. I watch fashion shows and I get obsessed with models. I'm obsessed with height, I wanna heels.
That's true.
So I had it made. So and it just grew from there. It's just organic. And then I found it and I'm like, okay, this looks good. And I think I'm gonna stick with this. And it has been with me for like 5-6 years already.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's the same thing every day.
And you know what? Don't get me wrong. That's great. It's your signature when you walk out from behind. People know like that's you. And I think that is, for me, I feel like when you have achieved this like level in fashion, that's when people from behind, from the side, they'll just know, oh, okay, that's Jiman. You get what I mean? Then you know you have achieved your style. You get what I mean? I think that's very important.
It's a uniform. It saves you a lot more time also in the morning.
That's true.
So you don't really have to but sometimes that's also not true. Because when you have a sea of black t-shirts, and then in your mind you want that particular black t-shirt, and you're just rummaging through your pool of black t-shirts for that one black t-shirt, because in that morning it has to be that black t-shirt, not any other black t-shirt, although everything else looks the same, but it has to be that one. So you're just like, oh man, call up the maid. Like, where did you put my black t-shirt? Sometimes it gets crazy like that lah. But for me, I'm a very visual person. I actually while I'm showering, I actually know. I was thinking about what is it that I'm gonna wear, so I don't dilly dally. So that jeans, that belt, that t-shirt, boots. And I'm like, okay, it's the same thing.
But speaking of boots, I like your platform boots a lot. To be honest, but I've never had a platform boot that high. I have a Saint Laurent one, which is like.
It's not that
amazing, but it's not that high, but it's still.
What's your size?
I think mine's like UK 10. I think
okay, about the same.
And like, man, I feel amazing when I wear like that.
Mine is a custom by this local shoe designer. His name is Ving Ming.
Ving Ming.
Oh. Yeah. So me and Ving Ming, provided the shoe for Analia. For the girls. So it's all like really tall, because I think for me, female models should always wear heels. To get that look. They need to be tall and like like really really unapproachable. They need to look fierce. On stage. So I approached Ving. And I was like, Ving, do you make heels? For boys? And then I actually have this in my head already. So he sketched it and then he sent it to me, and then he said that, and I was like, you are reading my mind right now. Let's do this, So and then he took his time. So it was like about 3 months. He took the measurement and everything, and then he had it made, and he sent it to me in a box.
All handmade, right?
All handmade.
Damn, son.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, my life is going to be changed forever. It's like, like gospels.
Yes. So how many years was this ago?
That was 2015, because I've always had like Cuban boots.
Yes, Cuban boots.
Cuban boots. Yeah, Cuban boots. But I needed to be higher. I need to elevate, So and then I had it made in Pertama. So there's this guy in Pertama, there's this uncle that also has my shoe measurement. So all I have to do at that time is also just go there and say that, uncle, I want one more. Black. So he just have it made lah. So with Ving, so I already have 3 pairs with him right now. So that's all I wear every day, like with my baju Melayu ke, with my suit with my boots even like macam I told my friends at the gym, you can only see me wear sneakers at the gym, running shoes while I'm running. Other than that, this is my choice of footwear.
That if 2015, that means like Ving Ming pretty much designed whatever Etis, the brand Etis? There's this brand from Stockholm, it's called Etis. And they have shoes and boots that are very, very similar to yours. So when I first saw you wore them, I was like, oh shit, you wore Etis.
Because I wanted to get like a ring then of course like macam you need to spend money for that. I'm like, okay. But since Ving can do it, why not? And then when Demna did it for Balenciaga, and I was like, okay, I've worn it before. But he premiered the white one.
Yes,
the
yes,
white
yes,
books,
yes,
you know.
yes.
So I had Bing Ming to make me a white one as well,
Oh.
and then after that it didn't.
Yeah, then you dyed it.
I
Right?
dyed it with black because I didn't wear it because it's very hard
Ah.
to match white boots.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
with whatever it is I'm wearing every day. So I much rather it for it to be black. So I asked Ving, can we dye leather? Okay, this is a bit of information for the people out there. Actually, you can.
How?
You just take whatever shoe that you like, if it's brown or white, whatever, and then you want to turn it into black. Or I don't know if you can do it the other way around.
Yeah.
You know, you can turn it into brown. I'm sure you can. There's this place in the cobbler at Bangsa Village at the parking lot.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, they could do it for you. Yeah, they
How long was the process?
About 2 weeks. Yeah,
Wow.
they have to like a first coat, and then they have to let it sit, and then second coat, and then they have to let it sit. So I actually went there almost every other day
Oh.
to like
To check out the
yeah,
progress.
control freak, right?
Yeah.
You know, like just to make sure that it turned out well.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't want to ruin my boots, you know.
Yeah.
So every day I saw the process.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. So and then they were like, oh, do you want it matte or shiny? Oh, I want it matte, of course. It's just like my white boots changed into
How much was it though? Like the dyeing process?
the whole thing, 180.
Wow.
Okay, wow.
Wow, bro. That's super
And
cheap,
it's
bro.
now it's a different shoe.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. They're really meticulous.
Yes,
in
yes,
the-
yes.
Yeah. So I didn't wanna like rush them into the work because you want to let them take their time,
Yes,
right?
yes,
Yeah.
correct.
So there's a bit of information for people out there. You can
Yeah.
actually dye your leather shoe, leather bag. You can turn it into a different color. If you are tired of your brown leather bag, you want to turn it into black, you can.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And you don't want to throw it away because if it's like, an heirloom or like a vintage, whatever, So, yeah, Bangsa Village.
Bangsa
Yeah.
Village. Car park.
Yeah.
180 bucks.
Yeah. But for my shoe, I think the prices varies.
Very
Yeah.
But I mean, it was a boot, right? If it's a boot, 180 bucks, I bet like a bro.
Yeah.
Probably be a lot
Amazing.
Yeah, I would like to talk more about denim, and so you think that denim is still relevant in like the high fashion industry?
Of course.
Like I see brands like Helmut
course.
Lang, Tom Ford, all still
course.
doing jeans, man.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of
Helmut
course.
Lang recently issued a re-edition series where he had like a series of like different kind of wash.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
he had this one white one, but like off-white kind of thing.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Yeah, it's all collaboration, like
Yes.
Betma with Levi's,
Yes.
so
Yeah.
and you had all of this, like even the latest H&M Moschino,
Yes.
there was a few denim look as
Yeah.
well. So I guess it's always going to be relevant.
Yeah.
I guess in this room there's only me in jeans, which is why it's called masses. I think because you guys all have your own different style, and you guys are into sneakers and everything like that, But at one point, at one given time, I guess 1 in like 5 people are wearing jeans all around the world.
I could agree with that. Yeah.
So I guess it will always be relevant.
That's true.
We discussed this before. You live your life in it. Yeah. So, but at the same time, you always have to make it to. You have to try to make people excited about it. Which is why you need to have all of these collaborations. Like even for Tarik, we have collaborated with Kronos. For our Merdeka edition.
Yes.
And then we had like a collaboration with an Indonesian brand for our denim jacket. Yeah, so we always have to try to make it exciting for people. If it and Tarik has always come up with like special edition. We have our white stitch. Like what I'm wearing now is a white stitch, and then we have the red stitch, copper stitch, green stitch, yellow stitch. Merdeka stitch. It consists of all of our Malaysian flag. Yeah. So always have to make it exciting because we don't want to rest on our laurels lah. Okay, just because it's relevant, we just want to just continue doing it without making people excited about it. People need to be excited about it, especially now with social media. people wanna be part of the storytelling, kan?
Yes,
Yeah,
correct,
you know, they want to take photo, they wanna know the history, the thought behind it, you know. So I guess again, you have to make it exciting for people.
That's true. And I think denim now is also more exciting than ever. Like I'm fucking excited when Ralph Simmons did Calvin Klein.
Yes, yeah.
I mean, like
The
everyone,
cowboy,
cowboy. I mean,
His
cowboy
whole
is back.
Americana
Yes, exactly.
sort of inspiration, yeah.
Because I think for a long time everyone thought that denim is like rock and roll, but cowboy is rock'em, workwear, it's so workwear kind of vibe. And I think he pulled it off amazingly. Like I think Calvin Klein was kind of on the low for a long time.
Then Ralph joined.
Then Ralph joined and that happened.
Because he's known to like to turn things around. You know? So I guess when you hire a creative director for a brand, there's only two things that can happen. Whether you know it actually elevates and it shines a new light on the brand, or it could just like, you know, people are like gonna criticize and stuff like that.
It's like,
you know,
the recent Celine.
all right, okay.
Man, that was
yeah. People were mad.
What's your opinion about that, though?
I guess, you know, I guess Celine knows what they're doing, which is why they hired Hedy. And Hedy has always been known for doing rock and roll. When he was a creative director for Dior Homme, he practically changed how men dressed at that time, you know, with the skinny suits and you know, there's this story about how Karl Lagerfeld actually slimmed down just because he wants to wear Dior Homme by Hedy Slimane, and that is, he totally changed the way people dress, you know, with the skinny tie, you know, with the cut, which is slightly above the knee, you know, and then with the boots and everything.
Skinny boots also,
and then
man, dude. Like I mean, his that combat boot that he made for his, I think it was 07 or something like that. Up till now, people are still trying to cop that thing. It's so hard to get it, bro.
So when he was hired by Celine, I was like, okay, I was really excited. Because at the same time, I was like, okay, this could like go really south, really, really quick, you know.
True.
And it did. You know,
he did the exact same shit like what he did for Saint Laurent.
The first look even. The first girl came down the runway with the puffy, you know, dress, you know, short, and then with the hat, and then, you know, and even the music, the staging, everything, you know, because it was like a stark contrast to what Phoebe Philo did before with the brand, you know. It was like, you know, if you saw Phoebe's last collection and then you put it next to like Hedy's first collection, last collection with Hedy's first collection for Celine, it was like, wow, it was like night and day, literally night and day.
That's true.
So I guess but at the same time, I think Celine knows what they're getting into.
I hope so.
Because they want.
It's a shame though.
That touch,
It's a shame because I first saw Celine and I think that their women's shoes is mad. Like the shoes are crazy, bro.
Dude, their shirts are crazy.
Their
shirts,
they just didn't have menswear at the time, you know. And I was
nobody gives a shit. They still wear women's wear, bro.
Yeah, they still wear the shirt and everything.
And I walk into the Celine store in Pavilion, and I always spend like, you know, at least half an hour just looking at stuff and just, you know, the whole minimalist vibe of it. You know, it just, you could actually, you know, wear what you wear, but still carry a Celine and just make it your own. You can totally rock it, you know. And their bag, you know, I wish, you know, I had some sense, you know, like save some money in order to buy one of their, at least have one, you know. They're still selling it right now, you know. I have some photos of things that maybe, you know, I want to get, but, you know, still a bit stingy, you know. But if you have the extra cash, why not? You know, keep it, because it has a story behind it, and there's also an Instagram account called Old Celine.
Yes.
Oh shit.
And these are all purists, people who are like, you know, who are really against this whole newness, not, if you can call it that, introduced by Hedy at the house, because they really believe in this whole Phoebe, what Phoebe has created, and Phoebe has created this Celine woman.
Yes.
Yeah, they call it the Celine woman.
Yeah.
This is how a Celine woman looks like.
Yeah.
And then suddenly Hedy came in. Yeah, she's like, she now goes to rock concert and douse herself in like, in beer or something. She's rowdy actually. You don't see it. Yeah, so it's like wow, we never see it like that before. Yeah. But at the same time, like I mentioned, you must know that what they're doing. If not, they won't allow it to happen.
That's true.
Yeah.
As much as I love Hedy, I think that pretty damn lazy, man. The collection, it feels so freaking similar, bro.
Yeah.
But that being said, I mean, like, to him as well, I think he had like a brief period of break as well.
Yeah,
so I think like
he's also a photographer.
Yes,
Yeah, so
true.
he's been. I think he published a book or something on photography. Yeah, so he went into that break, and then it was this now.
That's true. And I think, well, I don't know. I just hope that the next collection will be a little bit better. That's all I hope for. Because I'm really excited. I mean, Celine, menswear.
Because now, like macam, even the stores,
yes,
they have to change the way it look. Yeah, it looks like. Yeah,
the logo, man.
He took out the
No, but
is it the hyphen?
Celine stores, I've been to the one in London. Bro, it's damn nice, bro. Like the interior is like carefully thought of. The architecture is damn nice.
Yeah,
So,
but at the same time, like you want to talk about a change that a creative director brought to the table. You could talk about what happened at Gucci. Alessandro.
That's a huge change from Tom Ford.
That's a huge change from Frida and Tom Ford. He was just going crazy with it. Yeah, because he has we never see that coming, and we actually lap it up. We're like, okay, I could actually work with this, and how he had actually saved Gucci from I think near bankruptcy or something like that.
That's true.
So then like people are just wearing it, but at the same time now, season after season, you see the same thing. You're like, it's time for you to buck up, I guess, else we're just gonna see, the same show over and over again. But he actually saves the brand, and also what happened at Balenciaga with Demna, how he actually changed the way.
That's quite a huge change.
Yeah.
Balenciaga is a huge.
Suddenly Balenciaga and sneakers.
Yes.
Last year, the Triple S, right? Yeah, that was I went to Sneaker La.
Every kid is wearing that shit, man.
And this year, like macam I don't know what's the hit, the superstar of this year's
Virgil.
The Virgil.
Off-White.
But last year was the Triple S.
Yeah.
So, I must congratulate you guys anyway on the success of Sneaker Lab.
Yeah, man. Thanks.
Amazing event. Shout out to Brian. Shout out to Masters for doing that. It was crazy. Yeah.
Crazy. I've never seen so many Supreme in my life, bro.
I've seen so many Balenciaga.
I've never seen so many Supreme in my life. I was like, oh damn, like we have a wall of Supreme. I thought it was just like a, like a 3 feet to 6 feet kind of thing.
Foreheads, right?
Yeah.
Foreheads is now doing very well also in Pavilion in Lot 10.
Oh yeah, they just opened as well.
Speaking of the kids, man, like what do you expect to see in like the fashion scene coming from the youth side? Like
expect the unexpected, I guess. Yeah. You never can tell. Who would have guessed about all of this, like chunky sneakers and everything. I never see that coming. Because even now I look at Triple S and I'm like, it's too big for me to wear. I could never pull it off. But some people, they wear it and they look good in it. So it's the unexpected. With Gucci at the same time. All of this. Looking like a grandma, looking like you just rummage through your grandmother's closet and just putting stuff, just experimenting. I guess it's about finding your own individual style.
That's true.
Yeah,
But I feel that all of them is copying each other, copying what they see online. They tend to be lazy, man. Don't even find their own identity anymore.
But I think I don't know. To me, I feel it's always more of like a streetwear kind of thing. Like streetwear always like do that. Though.
You always
But,
have
I mean, they
to
always kind of
find
have
what
a
works for you. You know, it's all.
They don't dare to experiment, man. Tend to go with something like, oh shit, it's expensive. I'm gonna look good at this.
Yeah, I guess
They
at the
always have
same
that
time that's the
mindset.
bad side of social media
Yeah,
also
yeah,
lah.
yeah.
You know, you just scrolling through. Oh, I want to look like this
Yeah.
today. You know, you can't find your own style,
Yeah,
which is
man.
why I think it's very important for you to find your own style.
Yeah.
You know, and also there's nothing wrong for you to copy. You know, because but at the same time you have to make it your own.
Yeah.
You cannot just like A to Z, you copy the whole thing, copy and paste. Because I think at the same time, to diss someone who copies also is not right. Because you know nothing is original anymore.
Yeah.
You know, everything a copy is a copy is a copy is a copy is a copy. You know, so that's a very interesting topic as well. You know, because I recently just read an article, paradox between the Yogi and his relationship with Azadin Alaya. You know, because he actually he mentioned that for all of his collection, he has never had a proper inspiration. Yeah, it was always while he was doing it that he found, okay, this is what I want to do. But with this collection that he pays tribute to Azadin Alaya, it was first time that he actually knows that he wants to pay tribute to his friend. So at the same time, it's like, you know, in a way, it's also copying, but it's a tribute. People call it tribute, you know. Yeah. Yeah. So I guess in the end, nothing is original anymore, you know. So it's how you make it your own. He has to make whatever it is that he wants to pay tribute to his friend, but at the same time, he doesn't want people to look at it and say that, oh, this is a liar. It has to be Yoji as well. It has to scream Yamamoto, you know, because he has his audience to cater to in the end, you know.
That's true.
So, yeah.
Shout out to Yoji Yamamoto, man. Hope one day we can get him on the podcast. That would be before
on the show.
But you have
before he die, man.
you have to, because I watched his documentary.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he is notorious for saying this. You know, he said that sometimes people don't get what I say, but I don't really care. You get me or not.
That's so really, bro. Yeah. And he is definitely one of the few very, very, very unique designers.
Yeah, man.
I mean,
Still sticking to his roots lah.
he nearly went bankrupt, bro. He nearly went bankrupt doing that style.
Yeah.
And eventually people appreciated it in the 90s and there you go. You
Yeah.
know?
Back in the 80s, I guess.
Yeah, back 80s,
Yeah,
90s.
back in the 80s when he moved his headquarters from Japan to Paris. Yeah.
He used to date the Communicason girl, right? Reikao Kubo. They came together apparently, like that was the story.
I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah, they came together and then she went a totally different route. And but yeah,
Both equally successful, man.
Yeah.
I mean, Communicason, I think is even more successful than him. I think with Dover Street Market as a business.
Yes.
She has a lot of things in her hands, you know.
And with the Met ball that pays tribute to
Yes.
her design last year, I think, you know. Yeah, so it was everyone has to turn up wearing Ray comb, but actually only a few of them because they don't know how to approach the team. Yeah, so I guess.
And Com's clothes is like you either got it or you don't, man. Like it's just like
It's the
not,
cut.
yeah, the cut is so
It looks
out of the
It's
way, you know.
conceptual.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
so
it's
conceptual.
conceptual. There was this collection that she made because she was inspired by pregnant ladies. So there was all these bums.
Yes.
And then she wants to know how she wants to experiment on comfort. You know, like how, like she wants people to experience how uncomfortable it is being pregnant. Yeah. So this collection was all bums all over the body. So I mean, and how crazy is that? Yeah. And for people who gets it, they get it.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's
and
true.
if you don't get it, she is not gonna explain it to you.
That's true. I think like designers like this really put fashion as art. You know what I mean? It's art. Sometimes
It's not for the masses.
It's not for the masses. Oh, okay. Sorry, Brian.
It's not for the masses. That should be your tagline.
So
Not for the masses.
yeah, so I never really been to KL Fashion Week. Have you?
Yeah, once.
Once. Yeah, I've been
Twice,
once as well. So I
we
mean,
should
like,
get you invited.
we should, and like,
Brian never, you know, I always tell him, bring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
keep the invitation to himself.
See, it's not our fault, right? I think
let's have bash Brian session.
Yes. But what do you think about KL Fashion Week? To be honest, like I when I was there, don't get me wrong. I mean, the designers are great, the shows, the collections are great. But I felt the roles of invitees and everything. It's off. I feel. I mean, I get it. I've been to London Fashion Week. Front rows is the who, the eats, the kind of thing. It's normal. But with KL Fashion Week, sometimes
get in trouble.
I feel there's way too many people who.
Spot here.
Yeah, but I mean, there's too many I feel there's too many like sort of A-listers in that sense. What do you think about that? Do you think is it very, very normal to you, or is it like it's
I don't know. I can only speak for myself. Okay. I can only speak for Tarik. Because I think this is what we do. Okay, this is how we do it. Yeah. We always have a list of our front rows that people who I think would fit the brand.
They can represent the brand.
I guess it's the same with all designers as well, you know. But for me, I like to keep it a bit more exciting as well, you know, which is why we have had people like Dane Syed.
Yes, Dane Syed, yeah.
Dane Syed, who he directs Bunuhan, you know, he directs all of these really artistic movies. He directed Dukun as well.
Oh, Dukun.
Yeah, Dukun, the story about
Mona
Fandi. He is his as well. So he is sat front row at Tarik show. And then of course we had Amy, you know, and then I always wanted Brian. I think Brian sat front row once. I don't know, maybe he just gave it away because he said I look awkward sitting front row, but I like, you know. So you know, like we always have like, you know, like people, friends who has always been wearing the brand. Like this year we had Monologue, you know, because we use his song for the show, you know, and we actually really, really like his style as well, you know, with the Tungkolo, you know, he really he one of the few people right now in the industry that really knows his style, you know. Like when you mentioned about uniform, he has a uniform. This is how I look every day. I'm just going to change it up, but the tungkolo, the tanja stays with me, and then the jacket, the layering, all going to be different here and there, you know. So, but if you see me, you're going to know that this is me, you know. So, which brings us back to the topic of that uniform just now. So we had people like that who are a bit not a bit, sometimes a lot more eccentric, you know, than the normal people like Maggie, Abang Safi, you know, with the turban, the sunglasses, you know. She's a uniform girl as well.
That's true.
You see her in all the photos. This is how she looks like, you know, and Amy has a sort of a uniform as well. This is how he looks like all the time, you know. So we always have to keep it exciting. So
so you would say that the people you pick to sit front row is people with characteristics of themselves,
of themselves,
which is relatable to your brand.
Relatable to the brand. And so I guess for Tarik, that has always been the case, lah. You know, and of course, you know, sometimes, you know, people who says that, you know, when it comes to the show. And we would allow them because, you know, it's always good. The more the merrier, they say, you know. And the late Sunny San came to our first show at Alia. And he sat not front row, but he sat second, third row. And it's always, I still keep his message that, you know, he congratulated me on the show. And for someone as big as him, to be coming to Tarik Jeans' first show, and then, you know, to be, and it's such a huge loss for us, but we always try to keep it exciting.
That's good. That's good. I mean, like, I'm definitely, I think of all, like, I think Tarik Jeans is definitely one of the few that I want to really go on. It stands out a lot. Like, I think
Right? You just model parading down.
Oh, it's always music. Oh my God, just choosing the music.
Yeah.
We go through like arguments, crazy arguments about just about the music that we're going to use for the show. Because I think, like Afiq is a musician and I am very passionate about music. So as the same as Rome as well, so we always have to find that final answer as to, yes, this is what we're using. It took a lot. Yeah, took a lot. It took a lot from all of us just to find that duration, 7 minutes of music. And this year, we found Analog K, which we collaborated with. Yeah, so we always work with DJs. We go through, discographies of, like Malaysia, Indonesia, Nusantara lah, sound. Yeah, so the first year we used Piramli Orchestra with Bolshoi, the Russian ballet plays Piramli. And then the second year, we used Senyawa, punk tribal band from Indonesia. And then this year, we had Monologue with Analog K. So it was crazy. And then we always end our show with a rock kapak song.
Yes.
So that has always been our identity, our staple, First year was Expedici, CINTA. Second year was Fantasia Bulan Madu with Search. And then this year was Layak Impian Ella.
Oh, Fantasia Bulan Madu.
Yeah, so it always ends with that. So, I mean, how often can you hear Malay rock song blaring in front of all of these rich people in pavilion? And then it just sort of like, like we want to turn pavilion into sort of like that Pertama kind of vibe,
But yeah, I think that's the beauty of it. It's rock and roll has a very deep history in Malaysia. Malaysian subculture, as a matter of fact. I know a lot of, like my father used to be, he had the hair, he had the band and everything. And like, I think this is really, really good what you have done, like to bring back that whole thing and stay true to that whole
Because I think that rock kapak as a subculture is very original to us.
Yes.
And not since Pop Yeye back in the 60s that we had that musical revolution. Something that really started with us and it's not like, copied from anywhere else.
That's
true. And we're actually known for it. There's a term for it because it's called rock kapak. It's popular in Indonesia, it's popular in Singapore.
Yes.
But it's actually ours. You could say, jazz and everything, but jazz is not ours, it's very popular in Indonesia, and then when you say, we have jazz in Malaysia, Sheila Majid is not so much jazz, it's pop jazz, she's not like, I love Sheila Majid, I would, I would fight for her, but at the same time, not really jazz, it's pop jazz, but rock kapak, that's totally ours. It started from back in 1986 actually, which is why Anak Lia, we have this t-shirt called Anak Lia Jelajah Melaya 1986 because 1986 is when Battle of the Bands started. Battle of the Bands. It was Ella and the Boys, and then there was all of these bands during that time, So rock kapak started from that. So it is ours. So we should be proud of it. It's a part of our musical history.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. Now, we just listen to a lot of rap, hip hop.
This rap is the next wave.
So I mean, I'm definitely looking forward to see like.
Thank you very much. The collections that we made are all is not just me. It's also Afiq. It's also Rome.
Yes.
You could actually see all of us in the collection. Like Afiq would like my favorite one. Okay, no offense to Anak Lia or to Tarik Resort, but I guess my favorite collection is Nusa Bencana, the second one, because I think that really, if you want to think about Tarik, that is what Tarik is all about. This whole Nusantara vibe, this whole pride, this whole this disruptive, it's all like angry and very bravado, the gravitas of it, the strength of it, the hair, makeup, the choice of voice, the choice of model. We had one girl came out in a kemban with patches, you know, like, you know, this girl, you don't know whether she wants to go to the river to wash clothes or she wants to go to a rock concert, you know. It's the whole vibe of it. It's very, very strong. Yeah. And that collection, you know, wow, it's blood, sweat and tears, you know, of all three of us. It's a very quiet kind of collection, because the even the soundtrack that we use is just this, you know, the mumbling sound of for this group called Senyawa. It's quiet but strong. If you I think all of our models felt very strong on stage, and you can see it on their faces. Tarik saw it, is okay, happy, you know, but at the same time rock and roll lah, you know. And then the song was like, you know, a bit more jovial. I think it's also a conscious decision. You know, last year kita dah macam garang gila. This year kita nak lepak a bit lah, you know. So hence came Tarik Resort. Don't know what's gonna happen next year. Make sure I get you guys in. Make sure I get you guys in.
It's about time, man.
Okay, like I mean, like
I think.
Thank you very much for like.
Thank you so much for having me.
It was lit, man.
It was pleasure. It was really, really fun, and I wish you all the best for your future ventures. And so thank you a lot, Jiman Casablancas, and till the next time. This is from the track.
This is Ben and Isaac signing out.
Bye. See you.
See you.
This is Jiman Casablancas.
Thank you.
Thank you.